Hello bass family and welcome to Everything Bass. I realized looking back at all my catalog of videos that I've uploaded that I hadn't talked about the Diminished 7 Arpeggio. And it came up because people were asking about it and I thought, oh, I did that. And sure enough, did not. So I apologize for that and we're going to remedy that right now. So first of all, before we go on, I want to make sure you understand a couple chord symbols that you would see on charts and what the Diminished 7 chord symbol looks like written down. Now, most commonly, if it's a diminished triad, it'll be the root. Let's use the example of F sharp. It'd be F sharp with a little circle next to it. And it looks like the degree symbol for either Celsius or Fahrenheit, that little circle. So, when you see that on a chart, that means a diminished triad, which if we're looking at G, that'd be this triad. A root, minor third, diminished fifth, and an octave. I did cover that triad in a previous video, so you can check that out. Go to my channel, scroll down, find diminished triads. You'll be able to practice that up. But a diminished 7 is different. The chord symbol for that has been written a couple different ways. I've seen it a couple different ways. One would be, let's use F sharp as the example, F sharp with that circle and a 7 next to it. That's probably the most common way I've seen it. The circle's complete, doesn't have a line through it. That means something different. But if you have F sharp or B flat or C sharp, whatever, with a little circle and then the number 7 right by it, that's the diminished 7 chord. And this will be the arpeggio that matches that. Occasionally, I've seen people notate it, very rarely, but would be like F sharp with the abbreviation DIM 7, F sharp dim 7. And of course, with all the different notation programs out there, some will select that, or you can choose between that and the little circle with the 7. So when you see that, that means that it's a diminished triad with a diminished 7 on top. Now I know that you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I know about major 7, I know about minor 7. I'm not sure about diminished 7. Let me show you what that is. We're going to use G as the example for today's video. So we have the diminished triad, which is G, B flat, D flat. Now, a diminished 7 is 1 fret lower than a minor 7. So let's take a look at that, how that movement is. So if we have the octave, which is G, and we want the major 7, that'd be F sharp. The minor 7 would be F. The diminished 7, get this, be F flat. Now you might be going, well, why isn't it just E? Well, that's not the 7. E isn't the 7 in the chord built on G as the tonic. So you actually can have F flat. I know there's a lot of funny shirts that reference, bass players will get it F flat, and that's because there can be an F flat. So what does that pattern look like? Well, you may be, I don't know, your instinct might be play the triad, the diminished triad, and then come back and play the F flat, or in this case the E. They're inharmonic, but we're going to say F flat for accuracy. Now that's a tricky pattern. You see how my hands happen to, if I want to do anything, it's a little inconvenient. So I prefer this fingering, where I play the root to the minor third, I move up with my index finger, put that on the diminished fifth, and then I can just play another minor third interval or distance, even though that's the diminished 7, and there's my F flat. So I've got. Now what's cool about the diminished 7 arpeggio is it's called symmetrical, which means that the distance from this interval to this interval is a minor third. The distance from the minor third to the diminished fifth is also a minor third. The distance from the diminished fifth to the diminished 7th is a minor third. And then, and then to go to the octave is a minor third, going back up to the G from the diminished 7. So it's stacked minor thirds, minor third to here, minor third to here, minor third to here. That's called symmetrical because it actually lays out on the fingerboard in a very symmetrical pattern. Now check this out. If I'm playing G diminished, root, minor third, diminished fifth, diminished 7th, root, minor third, diminished fifth, diminished 7th. See that? I play a minor third interval, I go up 1 fret and 1 string, play the same minor third interval, go up 1 fret and 1 string, 1 fret and 1 string. So you get this. I played it wrong note. So see how cool that is? It's very easy to memorize. It's very easy to put it all over the bass. If your root happens to be here on the A string, like we're doing C diminished, because it's symmetrical, that really doesn't matter in a way of that you still just move down the same way. Sorry. So it's very easy to get this arpeggio under your fingers. Now, if you're not used to the diminished tonality, this might sound very harsh. This arpeggio might sound real, or the chord might sound really harsh. Let's see if I can get a good sound here. You know, we've got this. Actually, it'd be better this way. I'm just playing the root, the diminished fifth, and the diminished seventh. I'm not including the minor third. Now you might go, oh, I don't like that sound. I think you have to, well, I know you have to train yourself to like that sound. You have to listen to it in examples. You have to find maybe some cool jazz charts, or even some of the real aggressive music out there, and find the chord chart and look for and listen for and go, oh, okay, I do like that chord sound. You have to get used to it, and then it becomes part of your playing. The quickest way I found to get used to a new tonality, a new chord sound, a new scale sound, a new arpeggio sound, is to improvise with it. Just sit at home. And just improvise, and you'll find things you like about it. Now, is that to say that your ear is going to like every tonality out there? No, I have my favorites, and I have ones that I know how to manipulate, and I know how to play through. So if I'm playing a chart and I see a tonality, it's like, oh, it's not my favorite to make my own music with. I at least know the arpeggio and the scales that go with it, know how it lays out on the fingerboard, and I can still create music with it, which is important if you want to sit in with other players. So that's the diminished 7 arpeggio. I hope you dig it. You know, it's just filling out our knowledge. I'm hoping these videos, taken in small bits, where we just take one topic and go on it, hopefully around 10 minutes, can consistently and reliably expand your musicianship. If before today you didn't know about the diminished 7 arpeggio, you do now. You have another color to paint with. And then next video, we might add a new technique, a new thought process, and all these things just slowly expand your musicianship, so that the bass doesn't become boring and that you get excited about it. That's what I want. That's what I have. I'm very excited every week to play for you guys, to come up with this. During the week, I'm working on the lesson plans. I'm trying to find stuff I think is interesting, responding to questions. If you do like these videos and you find they're helpful, please do me a solid by subscribing to the channel. It's free. Just go down below the video. And some devices you'll have to like hit a little area and it'll bring up and you'll see the subscribe button. Just hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon, notifications, so you're notified whenever a new video is uploaded. And of course, if you can like the video, those little thumbs up graphics do so much to elevate the channel in YouTube's eyes, and it opens more possibilities for me. So if you can take a moment and do that, it means the best and the most to me. So I enjoyed showing you this arpeggio. In the description below, let me know questions. You know, don't let this be a one-way conversation. I'd really like to hear what you've got to say. What are your experiences? Maybe you're really profound with the minor diminished 7 arpeggio, and you have some really good examples so players can listen to. Maybe suggest a song that uses a lot of diminished 7s or something like that. Anything you can do that we can share and as a community all grow as players is what this channel is created for. All right, guys, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you at the next video.